A very pleasant good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again to the People's Forum of In the Streets with Big Stone. Today, ladies and gentlemen, Jamaica rejoiced the killing of one of its most wanted persons, Duppy Film. And as the country rejoices, ladies and gentlemen, I am somewhat a little sad. And I want you to understand me where I'm coming from because first thing first, I do not condone murder, raping, anything to do with the making of my country less than what it is. I do not condone violence against anyone. But ladies and gentlemen, as we were greeted with the news of the killing of Duppy Film, being wanted for the last umpteen years, ladies and gentlemen, the last actively guilty of was the killing of two police officers on December 22nd, 2015. He was confronted, as the news relate, in a guest house in Port Morant, Sunday, September 24th. And after a brutal gun battle, he was shot and killed. Big Stone at no time at all agree with any act of criminality. Every one of the youngsters that I have related to, even those that were in a life of crime, I try my best to relate to these youngsters to get away from this kind of living, because the ultimate is going to be just as what happened to Duppy Film. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I know a lot of people are rejoicing in this country, and rightly so, because they were scared, they were afraid of him. They were afraid of this killer, supposedly. But then, ladies and gentlemen, this young man just was not born a killer. Something must have happened in the mindset of this young man to put him on this pathway of destruction. When I listened to the police officer that was reporting the slaying of Duppy Film, I did not hear a jubilant police officer saying, yes, we got him, we'll finally put that brute to rest. No, I heard a very concerned policeman still saying that he hoped that the outcome would have been different, where we would get a chance to talk to Duppy Film and find out, a few things, to kind of close certain things in terms of the investigation. And ladies and gentlemen, when I listen to the police officer, I share the same sentiment, because our youngsters, when you kill the most wanted, there's always a youngster to take his position. If you do not kill the idea, the concept of wanting to be a criminal in the mindset of our youngsters. We have to pay attention now to the solutions and not just the problem. Because if we do not dwell and invest heavily into the solutions, then our problem is going to reoccur and keep reoccurring and reoccurring. And you best believe it, ladies and gentlemen, when one Duppy Film is down, there will rise up another. Ladies and gentlemen, you must be faced with the hard truth reality that Jamaica has over 257 gangs. And every time Big Stone get a chance, I relate to some of these youngsters. We call them misguided youngsters. Not all of them have this criminal instinct to just go and kill and kill and kill. Some of them are victims of circumstances. Some of them get caught up. And I'm not providing safe haven for criminals. I don't want you to ever think that. I'm just saying that I'm 60 years old. I was once a youth. And at some point I was also misguided until the elder pulled me up in check. We, as the older set of Jamaicans, we need to step up to the plate and get back to Africa, where it takes a village to raise a child. Now, what is Big Stone talking about, a village to raise a child? That was the way it was. My mother and my grandmother could leave the children in the yard, and the next door neighbor made sure that they don't walk outside into the streets. They change their nappy when they needed change. They feed them when they needed feeding. We have to get back to that love, that understanding. Not saying like I've heard some elders saying, boy, and they have a right, and Big Stone cannot force you to. I'm not here trying to force something on you. This is something that I love. This is my passion, to reach out to a youth every single chance that I get. I cannot celebrate when a life is lost. Either way, I'm totally upset when the innocent life of a young man, little Timothy Basra from Clarendon, is still on a slab, not buried yet. Samunia Bloomfield has been missing from she was like 3 years old. That's 4 years ago. Where is little Samunia? Mr. Teddy Jameson, that is truly your father, was found killed and buried in a shallow grave. I'm not condoning violence at no time. But ladies and gentlemen, I want you to listen to me. Our kids need us. Our kids did not grow up as Duppy Film. Our kids became Duppy Film, Sandokan, and all those ruthless other gangsters that met equal demise. Equal demise. The pathway of a gangster is certain death, and that is what I'm telling them. I know there's certain songs that glorify gangsterism. I know that there's songs out there that points to destruction and bad behavior. And that is why I'm using this forum, a forum that is as serious as Duppy Film, to say to our youngsters, please, please, man, I understand the tribulation and the pain that you're suffering through youths. But look, the outcome can be only two things, my brother. If you live a life of crime, the outcome can only be two things. One, either you get caught, sent to prison, or two, your demise will be just as that, dead. So youths, let's use negative and turn it into positive. Let's turn stumbling blocks into stepping stone. Let's use this opportunity, Jamaica, to see if we can get through to the problems, find the solutions, and to see if we can stop breeding these dens of Duppy Film. I know he has a father, I know he has his brothers, his sisters, his friends. Believe it or not, they are friends, a family base, just like anybody else. So as a Rastaman, who we deal with love in our heart, and we do not condone any form of criminality at no time at all. Big Stone is for liberty and life, and for us to just grow till we're old. You know, help me to reason with a youth when you can get a chance. I know some of you were rejoicing, yes, Duppy Film is no longer, I was afraid of him. Guess what? If we do not attack the problem, if we do not attack this problem and learn how to find the solutions by going into these areas and nurturing these youngsters from they were kids until they became young men, we're going to have more problems. Thank you very much for watching. And I do hope